Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadanti Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Sha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanustute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निधि नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाशाददेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण. So welcome you all for today's morning Bhagavatam session. So today we will see chapter 15 from Canto 1. So in the last few cantos we have seen, no, we are actually witnessing the end of Mahabharata war, right? So we have seen how uh, Parikshit Maharaj is saved. We also have seen how Kunti Maharani, now she's praying to Lord Krishna when Lord Krishna is leaving to Dwarka after the Mahabharata war. We have also seen how uh, Bhishma Pita instructs Yudhishthir Maharaj and how he quits his body by praying to Lord Krishna and focusing his mind on Lord Krishna. And then we have seen how Lord Krishna, he is departing from Hastinapur, then how he is arriving at Dwarika. We have seen the mood of the people of Hastinapur. We have also seen the mood of people of Dwarka when Lord Krishna is coming after a long time. And then we have seen how Vidura, he comes back to Hastinapur to take his brother Dhritarashtra, right? And after Dhritarashtra has quit, now in the last session, we have seen um, the disappearance of Lord Krishna and Yadu dynasty. So we have seen how Yudhishthira Maharaj is observing bad omens in the kingdom and is observing that how the effect of Kali is entering the kingdom. Now people are cheating each other, they are becoming greedy, the nature is not proper. No, when it is rain during the rainy season, it is not raining. When it is hot, it is becoming cold. When it is has to be cold, it is becoming hot. So he is able to observe a lot of irregularities in the seasons, and he is seeing that how everybody is having the cheating propensity in his kingdom, and the children are not treating elders properly. So all these omens he is seeing. And then he is also thinking why Arjuna has not come back after so long, because it has been almost 7 months since Yudhishthira Maharaj has sent Arjuna to Dwarka, to inquire like how Yadu is, how Krishna is, how King Ugrasen is, how the wives of Krishna they're all doing, how his relatives all are doing. So now Yudhishthira Maharaj, in the previous chapter we have seen that how he is feeling that maybe Lord Krishna has quit uh, this planet and he has gone to Goloka Vrindavan. And we have also briefly discussed how Lord Krishna and the Yadu dynasty, they actually leave this planet, right? We have seen that how they all meet in the Prabhakshetra, and then they get intoxicated by alcohol prepared from rice, and then they all fight each other. And we have also discussed about the curse of the Brahmanas, right? So who are, what to say, uh, they are made fun of by some of the young Yadu boys. And then they are cursed that no, the whole Yadu dynasty would be destroyed. And then we see how Krishna, he has left this planet, where we see that hunter Jara, he shoots an arrow in the leg of Lord Krishna, thinking that it's a deer, right? And then we have seen how, of course, the disappearance of Lord is not described. It is described probably in 11th canto in detail, but we have just seen in the context. So now Yudhishthira Maharaj, he's thinking of so many bad omens, and then he sees suddenly that Arjuna has come to Hastinapur. And then he sees that Arjuna is dejected, he's very sad. And then King Yudhishthir, he poses so many questions to Arjuna. Did you not treat the elderly people properly? Did you not give protection to kids or a woman? Did you associate with a bad woman, or did you reject a deserving woman? So he puts all these questions. And then finally, in the end of the 14th chapter, we see he says, no, you're feeling so much of empty, you're feeling so much of dejection. That means there could be only one reason. That means Lord Krishna, our intimate friend, Lord Krishna, I think he has left this planet. So that's where this 14th chapter has ended. So now we will see chapter 15. The title is The Pandavas Retire Timingly. Okay. So in the previous chapter, we have seen Yudhishthira Maharaj telling, and he's talking about the omens, he's talking to Arjuna. So in this chapter, we'll see Arjuna replying to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Okay? So I'll read the first verse. So after Yudhishthira Maharaj's question, now Suta Goswami, he's describing, he's telling, Suta Uvacha Evam Krishna Saka Krishno Bhratra Rajna Vikalpitaha Nana Sankashpadam Rupam Krishna Vishlesha Karshita. So he's telling that no, this Arjuna, no, who is a celebrated friend of Lord Krishna, was grief stricken because of his strong feeling of separation from Krishna over and above all Maharaj Yudhishthira's speculative inquiries. Right? So now Suta Goswami is explaining the situation of Arjuna here. So he's telling that Arjuna is already very sad because Lord Krishna has left him. And upon that, Yudhishthira Maharaj is again inquiring, did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this mistake? Right? Because usually a Kshatriya is dejected usually when they commit some mistake. Right? So all both of these are causing lot of grievance to Arjuna. So due to grief, Arjuna's mouth and lotus like heart has dried up. Therefore, his body has lost all luster. Now, remembering Supreme Lord, he could hardly utter a word in reply. Right? So now Arjuna is very, very sad. So Yudhishthira Maharaj is trying to inquire from him But because of the separation from Lord Krishna, so he is not able to talk. His mouth is dry, right? So now we'll see from here how Arjuna is remembering Lord Krishna. So almost from fifth shloka to 18th or 20th shloka, Arjuna is remembering Lord Krishna with a very gratitude heart, right? So many a times, in our life, we only see what we don't have, and then we are constantly remembering God. If at all we are remembering God, we are remembering Him only for one reason, right? What is that? Oh, I'm not able to get good promotion. You please get me good promotion. All this life, no, from so many years, I'm planning to buy a house. I'm not able to buy. You please make an arrangement, right? So if we are facing some problem, we are always thinking how I can get out of this problem, right? So only with that mood, we are trying to remember Lord Krishna. But here we see that Arjuna is feeling gratitude that not till Lord Krishna was with me, I was able to do so many things, right? So here he starts giving one by one all the examples. So from the start, he's telling how he was able to win the hand of Draupadi, right? So when uh, the Pandavas, they were in forest, right? So they have just escaped from the palace of wax, where the Kauravas, they tried to kill the Pandavas along with Kunti Maharani. But because of the help of Vidura, they escape from the palace and then they start living in a nearby village in the forest. Right? So during this time, so they are in disguise as a Brahmanas and they're trying to stay because they don't want to give indications that no, they are alive and they don't want to call for more trouble. So during this time, Drupad, no, who is a father of Draupadi, he arranges for a Swayamvar. And Arjuna, Krishna takes all the Pandavas to this Swayamvar. Of course, they are in disguise of Brahmanas. So we all know. So during this Swayamvar, what was the task? So any person who is able to hit the eye of the fish, which is rotating on the roof, looking down in the water reflection, whoever can hit the eye of the fish, the Drupad Maharaj said that he will get married to my daughter Draupadi, right? So then all the Kshatriyas would try. And then finally, when all the Kshatriyas have given up, that nobody is able to hit the eye, then Drupad Maharaj, he announces that, okay, if any other Brahmana is ready, who can take up this task, then they can take. Then our Arjuna, no, he steps into the arena, and then we all know that how he is able to hit the eye of the fish. So here in this shloka, here Arjuna is able to thank Lord Krishna that it is because of the strength given by Lord Krishna that he was able to hit the eye of the fish, and then he was able to get Draupadi's hand, right? And after that, so we'll see series of instances, no? So then after that, he is also talking about the Khandava forest. So when the Pandavas, when the Kauravas, they came to know that the Pandavas are alive, so they invite them and they give them one area to stay. And that was very barren land, there was nothing properly. So it was full of forest. So in that forest, now Arjuna, he decided that, okay, let's burn this forest and make a beautiful palace in that area. So during when Arjuna is about to um, okay, so there is a reason also why he want to put that forest in fire. So there is one demon called Maya demon. So he actually, because of some reason, he is having lot of digestive problem, and he's having lot of digestive fire actually. He's not able to control. So the only way he can get rid of that problem was to eat all the herbs which were there in the forest and then get cured. But he wanted to eat the forest with his fire digest, but Indra would always shower rains whenever he's trying to devour the forest with fire, because that forest is having one snake family, Tataka. Sorry, Takshaka, right? Takshaka snake's family. And Takshaka is a very good friend of Indra. And Indra doesn't want all of them to be killed by the fire. So that's why Indra is always showering rains whenever this demon is trying to eat this forest with fire. So now this demon, he comes to Arjuna and he says, "You please help me. No, Indra is not allowing me to eat this forest." Then Krishna says, "Okay, we'll help you." So Indra very nicely, he shoots arrow in a way where all the raindrops, no, they get blocked, right? So he shoots arrow in such a way over the forest that it completely surrenders like a umbrella, right? So no droplet is falling. And during this time, what happens? Indra and then all few of the demigods of Indra, they fight with Arjun and Krishna because they are not happy with the way Arjuna is blocking the water showers, right? But Arjuna wanted to help the demon, so they started fighting with all the demigods also who were coming to fight with them actually. So here Arjuna is telling that it was only possible because of Lord Krishna was present with me that I was able to fight with all these demigods, right? Okay, so once they devour, the demon devours the whole forest, then he's very thankful to Arjuna that he has helped him to cure the digestive fire. Then in return, he builds a very big palace and he gifts it to Arjuna, right? And then we see that how Krishna is, sorry, Arjuna is remembering that how by Krishna's help they were able to kill Jarasan, right? So Jarasan was a very, very powerful person, right? So one time he captured so many kings. He was doing a human sacrifice for Lord Shiva. So he captured about some 25 or 28,000 kings and he put all of them in prison and he was getting them ready for the yagna, for the sacrifice. So he was planning to offer all their heads to Lord Shiva, right? Now you just imagine, no, 20,000 of king, they are not normal citizens, no, they're not normal people, they're all kingly people. Now you just imagine you capture all the heads of the states and you just kill them. How the states will survive? It is very, very difficult, right? So one of them, so they write a letter to Lord Krishna asking for help that no, Jarasandha has captured us and is planning to sacrifice us. So please help us. So during this time, so Krishna, Bhim and Arjuna, they go in disguise of Brahmana to the court of Jarasandha. And then because Jarasandha, though he was a great demon, and but he still had uh, likings towards following few regulations. So one of them was he was very, very charitable to Brahmanas. So any Brahmana who comes to his court and asks for something, he would not reject. He would immediately give. So during this time, in disguise of Brahmanas, Arjun, Bhim, and Krishna, they go to Jarasandh and they say, "No, we want to have a fight with you, one-on-one fight with you." So that is what they ask. And then Jarasandh, because he couldn't say no, then he accepts. And then we know that how Bhima, he kills Jarasandh. Initially, he is not able to kill Jarasandh, but again, Krishna tells him that how he has to tear him apart, and then he could kill because Jarasandh also had lot of power. So like Bhima had power of thousands and thousands of elephants, even Jarasandh also had power of thousands and thousands of elephants. So here Arjuna is remembering how with the help of Krishna, Bhima was able to kill the king Jarasandh. And then in the next shloka, he is telling that it is only by Lord Krishna that they were able to loosen the hair of all the wives of the Kauravas, right? So during the dice games, we know, right? So when no, Draupadi is brought to the court, right, by Dushashan. So she is brought by dragging by her hair, right? And Draupadi actually is known for her beauty and especially for her beauty of her hair. So now she took, like, she was known for the beauty of her hair, but now in this case, no, she was being insulted, right, by loosening her hair. So that time, so usually it is very, very rare for a woman to loosen hair in public actually. No, generally, if you see also, traditionally, you will not see any women having a loose hair in the public. No, it is very, very inauspicious. Only when the woman is in a very anger mood, no, she is to anger to such an extent that she want to devour the whole society, right? Only during that time she would actually loosen her hair, or when her no near and dear or her husband passes away. So actually, it is not a very good sign of woman loosening hair in public. So Draupadi was very much insulted by this act. So that time, Bhishma, takes a pratigna, right? So that he will make sure that all the wives of Kauravas, they also loosen their hair publicly, right? And it is a very, very, what is a very strong promise, right? And he is very strong vrata, because killing the Kauravas, all the 100 Kauravas, during that situation, no, you just imagine where the Pandavas have lost everything and they have to be in forest for 14 years. During that time, how can you think that you can take such a pratigya where you can actually kill all the Kauravas and make their wives loosen their hair? So that was like, no, impossible to happen, but still they took that pratigya, right? But because Krishna was there by their side, so Arjuna is remembering now that only because of presence of Krishna that they were able to fulfill the vow or the pratigya, whatever they have taken, right? So at the end of Mahabharata war, all the grandsons, no, along with all the 100 Kauravas, all their sons also, they were killed. And the all the wives, no, of the Kauravas and all the wives of their sons also, finally they have to loosen their hair because they have lost their husbands, right? So this pratigya was able to fulfill only because of Lord Krishna. So, right, so we are in the verse 10. So now we'll look at the verse 11, right? So there are so many events Krishna is remembering, right? He's feeling gratitude to Krishna that only because of him they were able to surpass the situations, or they were able to do something only because of the presence of Lord Krishna. So after that, he is remembering how Durvasa Muni, when he came along with all his 10,000 disciples, right? We all know. So Durvasa Muni, he had come actually to Hastinapur. So Duryodhan was the king. He would receive Durvasa Muni, and then he would have an idea, crooked idea, that okay, let me send Durvasa Muni and all his disciples to Pandavas, and then they will not be able to serve him properly, and then Durvasa Muni will curse Pandavas, right? So with that thought, he tells to Durvasa Muni, "Oh Durvasa Muni, we have had such a great opportunity serving you. So can you also go to my elderly brother Yudhishthira Maharaj? No, they should also have that sukriti, they should also get lot of pious by serving you. So can you please go and visit him also in the evening?" So then Durvasmani and all his followers, they decide, okay, let's go to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Then no, they go to the Pandavas who are staying in the forest, and they say, okay, now what happens during that time? So Yudhishthira Maharaj also mentions a particular time that you go only this time to Durvasa Muni, because he knew that by that time all the Pandavas would have had their prasadam, and even Draupadi also would have had prasadam from the Akshay Patra, right? So Akshay Patra was given to Pandavas to fulfill their, this food requirement, right? So in the forest, whenever they wanted to have some food, so Draupadi would no desire from the Akshay Patra, and Akshay Patra would give her whatever she wants in whatever quantity, only till the time she has. So once she has, then the Akshay Patra would stop giving anything, right? So for the next, what to say, maybe breakfast or lunch, then it will start giving. But once Draupadi has meal for that time, then Akshay Patra stops giving the meal, right? So Duryodhan knew that, and that's why he suggests Durvasa Muni to go at a time where he knew that no, even Draupadi would have had her dinner or meal, right? So when Durvasa Muni had come, then all the Pandavas, they were shocked because they didn't knew how to serve them, because it was not only Durvasa Muni. Durvasa Muni had 10,000 disciples there. They have to serve so many people. Then Krishna, then of course, we know that Draupadi, she calls for Krishna, Lord Krishna. Then Krishna comes. Then Draupadi says, no, this is the problem we are having. Then Krishna says, no, you serve me something. Then Draupadi thinks, no, the serving something to someone is a problem. That's why we have called you. You yourself are coming and asking me to serve something. Then Krishna says, no, no, you check, no, there'll be something. Then she would just find one grain of rice and then she would give it to Krishna. Krishna would eat it. And the moment he eats, all the disciples of Durvasa and Durvasa Muni, they become satisfied. So they are taking bath in the river, on the banks of river, and suddenly they feel like bloated. No, that they cannot even have one grain of food in their mouth. Now they feel, oh, we have told Pandavas that we will take bath and come. Now Bhima, we know, no, he is a very voracious eater. He will make us sit, and whatever we can eat, he'll serve 5 times. We are already so full, we will not be able to eat. Now, in his presence, we are sure to get a lot of portions, no, 5 times whatever we can eat, he'll serve us. It is impossible. Then he'll become very angry with us. So we better run away. Then they just move away from that place, right? Then, now by this, now Krishna saves the Pandavas from the wrath of Durvasa Muni. So here we can also observe that how by serving Krishna and by satisfying Krishna, we can serve and we can satisfy everyone in this world actually, right? So, no, Prabhupada, many times he gives the analogy of plant, right? So if you want to serve a plant, you cannot go to each leaf, stem or fruit and water them, right? So you simply just water the root, and by the watering of the root, then all the parts of the plant get nourishment, right? So the stems, the leaves, the fruits, all of them get nourishment. So similarly in our life also, if we become a very good devotee of Lord Krishna, if we serve nicely Lord Krishna, automatically everyone around us are satisfied, right? They becomes very, very much satisfied. All our family members, all our friends, all the members of the society, whomever we meet or we have relationship, everybody becomes very satisfied by our pleasing manner because we are trying to serve Krishna, right? So just by serving Krishna, we are able to uh, satisfy all the dharmas, whatever we might have to fulfill, right? A dharma of a wife, a dharma of a mother, dharma of a father, or a person who is working in a place, or as a society member of this society. So we can fulfill all the dharmas. So we should not focus on fulfilling a particular dharma that I want to focus on doing that. We can just focus on satisfying Lord Krishna, then automatically we would automatically fulfill all the dharmas here, right? So now after the episode of this Durvasa Muni, um, now Krishna, Arjuna is also remembering how he was able to fight with Lord Shiva, and he was able to please him, and how he was able to get the celestial weapons from him, right? So he is also remembering Lord Krishna, saying that only because of his presence or because of the power he has given me, I was able to obtain the celestial weapons from Lord Shiva. And then even he mentions about the battlefield of Mahabharata, how Kauravas actually they have outnumbered the Pandavas actually, right, by many a times, but still they were protected by Lord Krishna. So he mentions, so actually during Mahabharata also, at the end of Mahabharata, so Krishna, he asked Arjuna to get down from the chariot. So, but actually it is an etiquette that first the chariot driver, he actually gets down from the chariot and then he waits for the his master to get down actually. So that is an etiquette. But Arjuna, so when Krishna told Arjuna to get down from the chariot, no, Arjuna said, no, no, it is not an etiquette. So you have to first get down from the chariot, then I will get down. But Krishna says, no, 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 you please get down. Then Arjuna, he just gets down from the chariot and then Krishna also, he gets down. So the moment Krishna gets down from the chariot, so he could see that no, the chariot is ablaze in fire immediately. Then he could understand that no, Krishna has protected Arjuna from so many celestial weapons. No, so someone would fire a celestial weapon, so Krishna would make sure that it would not hit Arjuna, and then it would be just hit the chariot, and it would just get stuck there. It will not even explode, whatever that weapon would be. So Krishna would safeguard Arjuna. But the moment no, the Mahabharata war is over and there is no need, so he just asked no Arjuna to just get down, so that when he gets down, Krishna is still there and he's still protecting the chariot. So in that way, Arjuna could understand that all the while Krishna was actually protecting him in the whole Mahabharata war. So even there was an instant, like usually when they fight in the war, so these animals like horses, they get dehydrated, right? They keep on fighting, fighting. So they need to have some break. They need to have water. They need to have food. So at one such time, so whenever Arjuna would get down to make his horse drink water, so Krishna would make everyone blind in the Kauravas side. So nobody would be able to see that now Arjuna is taking a break. He's trying to feed his horses water. So he's remembering that incident also. That saying that no, during that time I was protected by Lord Krishna because none of the Kauravas they were able to see me. So they were blinded. They were blinded in their vision by Lord Krishna here. Right? And then he mentions that how he was able to fight against Bhishma, Drona, Karna. Right? So it is mentioned that Bhishma Pita is almost like 20 times greater a warrior than Arjuna. Right? But still he was able to defeat Bhishma Pita. Right? So we all know that episode how no Krishna he makes Shalya to come in front of Bhishma Pita, and then Bhishma Pita he puts his weapon down, and during that time, no, Krishna tells to Arjuna that he had to fire the arrows. But Arjuna is not ready to fire because he knows the Kshatriya code of conduct, right? So if anybody has put their weapon down, so we should not fight with that person. But Krishna still he tells, no, no, this is the opportunity, this is the moment. No, you have to shoot arrows. And then he listens to Lord Krishna, then he shoots the arrow, and then we all know that how no Bhishma Pita he is flat on the bed of arrows for rest of the Mahabharata war, right? So what we can see, and we can see so many episodes, right? So he tells to Yudhishthira Maharaj also, you just tell that, no, he asks them that a name of Dronacharya, right? What is his son's name?
Ashwasthama.
Ashwatthama, right? So he tells that, no, you just tell loudly that Ashwatthama has been killed. But you tell Ashwatthama, the elephant has been killed. But he says you utter Ashwatthama loudly, you tell the elephant very slowly, and then has been killed very loudly. So he tells Ashwatthama, the elephant, has been killed. Then, no, then he goes into depression, and then that's the moment because at that moment he's not able to fight with full vigor and full strength. And that's the moment the Pandavas get an opportunity to kill Dronacharya also. So like that, we can see that how Lord Krishna has tactfully, has helped his devotees all the while, right? And it is true with our life also, right? If we observe in our life also, so whatever we have, actually it is by the mercy of the Supreme Lord. And whatever troubles we have been facing and we have come out of, it is all by the grace of the Supreme Lord. So we should also have lot of gratitude towards Lord Krishna, the Supreme Lord, right? So we can see here at the end when Arjuna is feeling so much of separation, so much of dejection, so much of misery in his heart, he's thanking the Supreme Lord that how without him we are zero, right? So he's just thanking the Supreme Lord, thinking that in every situation, because of Lord Krishna, we were able to come out of a situation, or he was able to do some great deeds. It was all because of Lord Krishna. He never took the he never took the what to say the I'm not able to get the word. He never took the that he is the one who has done all these things. So he never took the credit, right? So we can also see that at the end, when Krishna tells to Arjuna that no, when he is gone, so he has to take care of his wives. So Arjuna, when he was getting all the wives to Hastinapur on the way, so he gets defeated by some cowherd boys, right? So now Arjuna is also remembering that episode, that no, how I have gone to the heavenly planets. I have fought for the demigods. No, he has actually fought for Indra in his army, and he has fought with Lord Shiva, who has a lot of praise for Arjuna. So, person with that caliber, he was just defeated by some cowherd boys. And then he's telling, see, now I don't have any strength. Without Krishna, even some unknown cowherd boys, they are able to defeat me. I'm not able to protect Krishna's wives, right? He tells like that. But of course, we have references from other Puranas that how these wives of Krishna, they were actually wives of demigods. So they serve a particular Muni. What is that Muni's name? Yeah. Ashtavakra Muni, right? So when the demigods, the demigod wives, they serve Ashtavakra Muni, he is very very pleased, and then he gives a boon to them that no, you all become wives of Lord Krishna, the Supreme Lord, in the next life, and they are so happy that no, they have got this boon from the Ashtavakra Muni. But the moment he gets up and he starts walking, so because Ashtavakra Muni is bent in eight places of his body, so his walking is little funny, no? So looking at that sight, they were not able to control, and they actually they laugh, and then Muni becomes very angry, and then he curses that no, but though you become wife of Lord Krishna, you'll be abducted by some cowherd men, right? And then they uh, realize that what they have done, and they ask for forgiveness. Then in that way, what happens? He tells, okay, I have given the curse, so I cannot take it back, but it will happen, but it will be the same Supreme Lord. So here, after the Supreme Lord has left, he comes again in disguise of cowherd man, and then he himself, Lord Krishna himself, actually kidnaps all the wives. He defeats Arjuna. So basically, it is Lord Krishna who has defeated Arjuna. But Arjuna feels that no, without company of Lord Krishna, even normal cowherd men's boys, they are able to defeat me. So he is able to realize that the power of his Gandiva, the power of all his archery skills, they matter only till Krishna is there. All right. So here in Purport, Prabhupada also explains that not till whatever skills we possess, we have to engage in the service of the Supreme Lord. Once these skills or qualities, they become hindrance for us to actually progress in bhakti or devotional path. So Krishna snatches away that from us actually, right? So whatever we have to make sure that we actually dovetail all our skills, all our things, whatever we are possessing in the service of the Supreme Lord. So if we are not able to put all them in the service of the Supreme Lord, then a day would come that we will be bereft of all these things. So all these things would be snatched from us, right? So we have to remember that no, whatever we possess, it is because of the Supreme Lord, and we have to engage all of them in the service of the Supreme Lord, right? So after remembering all these things, Arjuna finally he tells that no, now I'm attracted to the instructions imparted to me by the Supreme Lord Govinda, right? So during the warfield, we know, right? So Krishna has spoken the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, right? So after remembering all the deeds because of which Arjuna was saved or he was able to exhibit, so now he's remembering this last episode, now where Krishna has actually instructed Arjuna in the Mahabharata, right? So which is the song of the Supreme Lord Bhagavad Gita. And with this, now he is meditating on the Supreme Lord. So now Suta Goswami is telling that after talking like this to Yudhishthira Maharaj, so now Arjuna is completely grief stricken. No, his misery in his heart, and he's not interested in going to Draupadi or Mother Kunti. He's not interested in doing anything. No, he's just spending all his time thinking about Krishna. All the time he's thinking about Krishna. So once Yudhishthira Maharaj heard that yes, whatever he was thinking that Krishna has left is true, then he also at once he plans to leave the palace, right? So he removes all the kingly royal dress, he wears a torn dress, and he just slips away from the kingdom. He is not telling his brothers that I'm going. He's not telling to his mother I'm going. He's not telling to his wife that I'm going. He just goes away from his kingdom. He stops talking. No, it is mentioned that he acts like a madman. Now, wherever he is going, he has stopped talking. So everybody thinks he's a mad person, but actually he's the emperor of this whole planet. But he took the decision because he want to also retire, and no, he also want to give up his body. So in that way, when all the Pandavas saw that Yudhishthira Maharaj is leaving, they also follow Yudhishthira Maharaj. Bhim, Arjuna, Nakala, uh, all the Pandavas. And then we also see that Kunti Maharani, Draupadi, and Subhadra Mai, they observe that all the Pandavas have left. So they also start meditating on Lord Krishna. They stop all other activities. And then we see the descriptions how Vidura, no, who has already left before Pandavas, he gives away his body. Then all the Pandavas gives their body in the Himalayas. And with this, the chapter ends. So before leaving, what they do, Yudhishthira Maharaj, he installs Parikshit Maharaj as the king. Right? So Parikshit Maharaj is the grandson of the Pandavas, and he is the only alive Santan, no, because they don't have any other grandsons or any sons alive during that time. So they just install Parikshit Maharaj. So he is actually at the age, no, probably he's at the age of 14 or 15. So he has come to that age where he can be installed as a king. So install him, and then they leave, and then they leave their body also. So in the next chapter, we'll see how King Parikshit Maharaj he's installed as a king, and then how he faces Kali, and then how he treats Kali, and then how he gives different positions, different places to Kali where he can stay, right? And then we'll see how Kali takes over. So because this is almost last of the Mahabharata, right? So Lord Krishna has left, Yadu Vamsi, all the people in Yadu dynasty have left, even the Pandavas have left. So now the time has come for the Kali to fully occupy the earthly planet. So we'll see how in the next chapter uh, Parikshit Maharaj receives the Kali. Okay. So with this, we end this chapter, right? So it is given in the last that one who hears this chapter, like how the Pandavas are living, how they are giving up their body. So they will gain lot of devotional service to the Supreme Lord. So that is the phalam we get from hearing the departure of Pandavas from the earthly planet, right? So if anybody is having questions, we can take some questions.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. प्रभु जी, जैसे आपने बोला कि पांडवास गए भगवत धाम हिमालय से होते हुए, तो उसी शरीर के साथ गए थे?
उसी शरीर में गए थे? शायद नहीं।
नहीं,
शायद नहीं,
मेंशन हुआ है
मुझे
क्या?
देखना पड़ेगा। कहीं तो डिस्क्रिप्शन होगा। लेकिन एक बात सही है कि वो लोग गोलोक वृंदावन चले जाते हैं।
है ना? हाँ।
हाँ
मतलब ये शरीर जैसे बोलते हैं ना, शरीर त्याग करके तो नहीं
हाँ
जाते ना, शरीर के साथ ही ऐसे वॉक करते हुए निकलता है, ऐसे है ना कुछ?
वो मुझे देखना पड़ेगा माता जी, इसमें तो इतना डिस्क्रिप्शन नहीं है कि उन्होंने कैसे शरीर त्यागा है। जैसे धृतराष्ट्र के केस में डिस्क्रिप्शंस थे कि कैसे उस उन्होंने अपने
हाँ,
क्या बोलते हैं, अपने अ, बल से अपने शरीर को वो भस्म कर देते हैं, है ना। तो इधर तो ऐसा कोई डिस्क्रिप्शन है नहीं कि वो कैसे मतलब शरीर को त्यागते हैं या उसी शरीर में चले जाते हैं।
क्योंकि त्यागने का तो कहीं सुना नहीं ना, ऐसे ही बोलते हैं कि वो चले गए वहां पे, जो अभी भी हम लोग जब जाते हैं ना उत्तराखंड में, कौन सा है ना, यमुनोत्री गंगोत्री वाली जो जगह।
माणा गांव में, माणा गांव में।
हाँ,
हाँ
तो कहते हैं वो जगह है ऐसी, तो वहां पे वो जाते हैं।
हाँ
तो पता नहीं, इसी शरीर के साथ ही जाते हैं, वॉक करते हुए गए हैं, तो रास्ता भी होगा फिर गोलोक धाम का।
हाँ। नहीं
अरे
माता जी, मैं गई थी वहां पे, अभी गई थी माना गांव में। तो वहां से जो है उन्होंने स्वर्ग की यात्रा शुरू की थी। बट वहां के मतलब जो सुना था कि बाकी के सारे तो है बीच में ही, मतलब स्वर्ग तक नहीं पहुंचते शरीर के साथ, खाली युधिष्ठिर पहुंचते। हरे कृष्ण।
ऐसा सुना सुना तो है, पर हाँ वही मैं पूछ रही थी प्रभु जी से कि कहीं इसमें भी दिया है क्या, भागवत में भी कुछ दिया है क्या?
हाँ
नहीं।
माता जी दिया है, मैं अभी देख रहा हूँ 47 और 48 श्लोक में। इसमें ये दिया है कि वही शरीर में वो भागवत धाम चले जाते हैं, गोलोक वृंदावन।
श्री
यही
कृष्ण
दिया,
सब तो
प्रभुपाद ने भी
दंडवत।
पर्पट में यही लिखा है
अपने इसी
कि
शरीर में उस धाम को प्राप्त किया।
उसी शरीर में, हाँ उसी शरीर में वो गोलोक वृंदावन धाम चले जाते हैं।
हम्म, ठीक है।
दिया है माता जी, दिया है,
थैंक
हाँ मैंने अभी ऑब्जर्व किया है।
हाँ, थैंक यू। एक प्रभु और था जो आपने बोला ना कि जब वो रिमेम्बर कर रहे थे अर्जुन, कि उनके रथ में आग लगी और
हम्म।
भगवान ने उनको बचाया। तो रथ तो अग्निदेव ने ही दिया था उनको, फिर भी रथ में आग लग गई।
हाँ मतलब अब जो होनी है
हाँ
वो
वही।
तो कोई कैसे टाल सकता है। अभी जैसे पानी है, पानी में आप अगर आप पाँव रखोगे तो ऑब्वियसली आप नीचे ही जाओगे, ऐसे नहीं कि आप चल सकते हो। हाँ, तो ये तो नेचर ऑफ लॉस है, सृष्टि
हाँ।
के नियम है जो भगवान ने बनाए हैं।
हम्म,
तो जैसे कोई मतलब कौरवों के पास भी बहुत सारे अस्त्र थे जो मतलब ऐसे नॉर्मल नहीं थे, नॉर्मल एरर्स नहीं थे, तो उनके पास भी ऐसे अस्त्र थे जो जैसे आग या पानी या जो भी हो, तो वैसे ही शास्त्र थे, लेकिन उनका प्रभाव जो है भगवान ने रोक रखा था।
हम्म,
तो जैसे ही अब उसका जो चैरिट का उसका काम तो कुछ है नहीं अब।
हम्म,
जिसका कारण था वो चैरिट दिया गया था, उसका तो काम, वो रीजन तो समाप्त हो गया, पर्पस जो था वो सॉल्व हो गया, तो ठीक है, फिर उन्होंने डिस्ट्रॉय कर दिया। मे बी हो सकता है कि जैसे अभी यदुवंशी सब लोग आए थे, डेमिगॉड सब भगवान के लिए असिस्ट करने के लिए, बट समहाउ उनको जाना तो है कोई ना कोई प्रकार।
हम्म,
और फिर भगवान ने ऐसी रचना लीला रची कि वो खुद अपने आप को क्या करते हैं, समाप्त कर देते हैं, या जो भी मान लीजिए
हम्म।
कि अपने आप को मार के फिर वो यदुवंशी जो है वो समाप्त कर लेता है अपने आप को।
Prabhuji, one question over here. Did they drown themselves next to Yamuna River, or they killed themselves? Yadu dynasty, when they got together,
They kill themselves, Mataji. So what happens
oh,
on the shore of Yamuna?
Yamuna,
So they have this big grass growing. So this grass actually is made up of some
weapon,
metal actually. So it becomes
blade.
actually yeah. So even a blade of grass actually is very powerful to slit any things. No, it is very sharp. So just they just pick and they just fight with that. So actually there are descriptions in 11th canto. So it is not that they simply drown; they actually fight each other and they kill each other. Maybe it would not
And
be.
another one question is, why did Krishna push Subhadra in water?
Krishna pushing Subhadra in water. I have not heard of this.
I read it somewhere, and that chunk of time my head was wanting to know why did Krishna push Subhadra in water?
No, so if you look at
And
even in this chapter also, in the end, when the Pandavas are leaving, it is mentioned that Draupadi and Subhadra, because Subhadra is a wife of Arjuna, right? So they
yeah,
all stop all their material activities and they concentrate on Lord Krishna. So that description is mentioned in this chapter itself. So I'm not sure, like, from where this, no, when this has happened, Krishna pushing Subhadra in water. So if you are thinking that Subhadra was in the Prabhashetra when Yadu dynasty had gone, so she was not present at that time. That is for sure. She was in Hastinapur with Arjuna. Because she's wife
acha,
of Arjuna, right? So she was
yeah.
there in Hastinapur. So she was not present at the time of that event when all the Yadu dynasty they fought and they, no, they
Oh, okay.
kind of wrapped their leela actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी,
हरे
दंडवत
कृष्ण।
प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्ण माताजी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
एक्चुअली मेरा जो क्वेश्चन है ये मैंने भागवत से नहीं, श्रीमद् भगवत गीता से थोड़ा सा रिलेटेड है। तो मैं कल एक क्लास अटेंड की थी, तो उसमें मैंने सुना है जो मैंने पहला जो श्लोक है, कुरु धर्म क्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेत युद्धः मामेका पांडवश्चैव किंकर कुरु। तो वो श्लोका जो है वो पास्ट टेंस में है, जो किम करवती जो है वो पास्ट टेंस में है।
ओके।
तो वो जो श्रीधर स्वामी का टीका और उन्होंने दिखाया, वो जीव गोस्वामी का टीका दिखा के बताया जे वो जो श्लोका पहले जो कितना श्लोका तक है वो पास्ट टेंस में लिखा हुआ है, क्योंकि संजय बाद में 10 दिन तक संजय ने कुरुक्षेत्र में थे। तो जब 10 दिन के बाद जब भीष्मदेव सरसज्जा में लेटे, तब वो दुखी होके वो चले गए धृतराष्ट्र के पास। तो वो जो श्लोका जो है उसी दिन शुरू हुआ था। तो ये वाला मैंने टीका उन्होंने दिखाया, उसमें लिखा है श्रीधर स्वामी का। तो आपका कुछ आइडिया है प्रभु जी इसके बारे
नहीं
में?
माता जी, मैं अभी पहली बार सुन रहा हूँ ये बात कि, क्योंकि हमने यही, हाँ, सुना तो यही है कि संजय देख पा रहे हैं और वो बता रहे हैं,
संजय, हाँ
लेकिन हाँ
नहीं,
उसमें
संजय
ये संकोच हो सकता है
पहले
कि वो तभी
दिन
देख
से नहीं
के
बताए
बता रहे
प्रभु।
हैं या पहले का जो देखा हुआ है वो बता रहे हैं।
हाँ, वो 10
ये
दिन के
तो
बाद, वो जो 10 दिन के बाद दुखी होके जब धृतराष्ट्र के पास गए, तो धृतराष्ट्र को बताया जे मैंने ऐसे ऐसे भीष्मदेव लेट गए और
हो
मुझे
सकता है
तो
माता
कोई
जी,
और।
अगर आपने लेक्चर में सुना है कि मतलब बता रहे हैं कि जैसे श्रीधर स्वामी
नहीं,
ने बोला
आप
है
एक बार
और
कंफर्म
जीव
कर दीजिए,
गोस्वामी,
देखिए अगर।
हाँ, तो मैं भी हो सकता है, मतलब इससे ज्यादा कुछ तो बदलता नहीं है हमारे लिए, क्योंकि
नहीं नहीं, हमारे लिए तो नहीं बदलता है, लेकिन ये
हाँ
मुझे थोड़ा शॉकिंग लगा जे वो मैंने 10 दिन के बाद जाके वो मैंने वो श्लोका शुरू हुआ था,
हाँ, राइट राइट।
तो उसी का
मैं
थोड़ा।
एक बार पूछता हूँ माता जी, मैं क्योंकि
हम्म,
मैंने कभी आज तक तो कभी ऐसे सुना नहीं है ऐसे, ठीक है, मैं
हम्म,
अभी पहली बार सुन रहा हूँ। बट इससे एक चीज हम सीख सकते हैं कि ये जो क्या बोलते हैं, छोटे छोटे जो डिफरेंसेस है, जैसे रामायण में भी बहुत सारे डिफरेंसेस रहते हैं कि कई लोग बोलते हैं कि ये घटना ऐसे हुई है, कोई बोलते हैं ये घटना ऐसे हुई है, लेकिन उससे ज्यादा कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता एक्चुअली, वर्जन थोड़ा थोड़ा अलग हो सकता है, बट जो मैसेज है हमारे सीखने के लिए वो एक ही रहता है। तो इसका एक कारण ये भी हो सकता है कि ये जो महाभारत है, ये जो रामायण जो है, जो घटना घटी है, या जो भगवत गीता की ये जो घटना घटी है, ये ऐसे नहीं कि एक ही बार होती है हिस्ट्री में, बार बार होती है। तो जब बार बार होती है तो हो सकता है वो थोड़ी थोड़ी चेंजेस हो, है ना। ऐसे नहीं हो है कि हर घटना एक ही जैसे घट रही हो सकता है कि थोड़े थोड़े फ्लेवर हो उसमें, थोड़े अलग से कुछ हो रहा हो, बट मोटा मोटी जो, मतलब जो मैसेज है, जैसे रामायण में क्या होता है कि भगवान आते हैं, फिर सीता से शादी करते हैं, उनका अपहरण होता है, फिर वो उनका विनाश करते हैं, और फिर वानर से वो दोस्ती करते हैं, फिर मोटा मोटी ये चीज है। तो हमको इन सब से सीख मतलब मिल जाती है लेकिन हो सकता है अलग अलग युग में थोड़ा अलग अलग फ्लेवर हो, है ना। तो हो
वो
सकता है
मैंने
कि
संस्कृत
जो एक युग
संस्कृत
में
का
हनुमान जी ने कुछ किया हो, कोई दूसरे युग में ना किया हो, ऐसे भी हो सकता है, या कोई दूसरे प्रकार से किया हो। तो ये डिफरेंसेस है एक्चुअली, लेकिन ये डिफरेंसेस हम एक्चुअली पिन पॉइंट मतलब शायद नहीं जान पाएंगे कि इसमें क्यों है, इसमें क्यों है, क्योंकि वो बहुत मतलब मुश्किल है जानना। तो ठीक है, ये हो सकता है कि 10 दिन बाद
नहीं, संस्कृत
संजय जो
संस्कृत
है
का
वो
जो
बता रहे
वो
हो।
संस्कृत का पंडित थे, तो मैंने इंडिया का ही है लेकिन इधर अभी रह रहे हैं। तो उन्होंने संस्कृत का मैंने थे बोल के, कैसे थे बोल के पूछ रहे हैं, उसमें कैसे हैं बोल के नहीं पूछ रहे हैं। तो इसीलिए उन्होंने बताया ये श्लोक का ये करके प्रभु जी। हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा। और कोई प्रश्न किसी का? Anybody having any other questions? So we can learn that how we have to be feeling gratitude to the Supreme Lord every moment of our life, right? तो इस चैप्टर से हम यही सीख सकते हैं कि हमारे पास जो भी है, जो भी मुश्किल से हम निकल के बाहर आए, ऐसे तो नहीं है किसी के जीवन में कभी मुश्किल नहीं थी, मुश्किल थी और उस हालात से हम निकल के बाहर भी आ चुके हैं। तो उन सबको हमको पहचानना है कि कैसे भगवान की सहायता से ही हम निकल के आ चुके हैं, और जो भी हमारे पास आज है वो भगवान की देन है, राइट। सो विद दैट ग्रेटिट्यूड वी हैव टू बी एंड वी हैव टू एंगेज एवरीथिंग इन सुप्रीम लॉर्ड्स डिवोशनल। ठीक है।
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, मतलब जो हमने सुना था कि खाली जो है युधिष्ठिर ही स्वर्ग में गए थे,